Hello everyone, welcome you all. My name is Pavan. In this video, I'm going to explain about how to explain project in interview, freshers and experienced. Describes an important project you have worked on or explain about your project currently you are working on. So this is one of the most common questions you can expect in an interview. So the purpose of asking this question is to check your project management experience and project management skills. So other traits that they would like to check are how you manage or deal with tough situations, your approach towards challenges, skills in leading a project successfully. So you should answer this question carefully. So the first thing you need to do is prepare for this question in advance, as this is one of the common questions. You should very well be prepared with an effective answer. So for it, you need to prepare a list of all your projects and clearly mention all the goals and the roles you have played in completing those projects. So with the help of your answer, your interviewer should get to know about your priority setting, decision making, meeting deadlines, and assigning the task, etc. So here, some of the points I have listed out while preparing the answers. Like provide the best suitable example and be clear and specific. Your role should be explained very clearly and brief them the mistakes to avoid. So there are few things which any interviewer would expect from a project you have done previously, irrespective of being a fresher or experienced. So they are the way you solve a problem in a project, and your role in a project, and your imagination or creativeness in the concept of the project. So these are the main things any interviewer would expect from your project. So try to categorize your project into various steps and explain in very crisp way to make them feel one with your project to win the interview. So the various steps to explain a project are project introduction, modules description, advantages and the main functionality of your application, tools, technologies, and platform used, personal contribution and your role in the project, challenges in the project, number of people in the project, amount of time it took for the project, and improvements in the future of present system, and finally drawbacks. Now let us discuss each and every step in detail. The first one is project introduction. So this is very important in explaining a project, as it overall sets the mood of the interviewer about the project. So try to impress the interviewer with a good heading, or you can start by telling the application of your project in the market. Also try to tell your motivation behind choosing this as a your project. Next one is modules in description. So these might be various modules. There might be various modules for a project. It differs according to your project you choose. Try to break your project into various modules and explain. So this will bring clarity to the interviewer about your project. The next one is advantages and the main functionality of your application. So try to speak about the functionality of your application in few words and also include their advantages. Sometimes pictorial representation will help for the better understanding. So explain your project with a flow chart or chart diagrams or any other pictures. So this will add extra scores to your explanation about your project. So the next one is tools, technologies, and platforms used in a project. So this is also a very important aspect when explaining a project. So tools, technologies, and platforms used in a project will help the interviewer understand better about the working of your project, as well as it will create an impact on how new is your project. Try to explain it very short and be the point. The next one is personal contribution and your role in the project. Any interviewer would only focus on how well you have contributed for the project. So try to show your individuality in the project while explaining. It might be small or big. It is how you portray yourself for the project. So don't try to be too modest by telling it is a teamwork, because this is an interview for an individual and not for the team. So challenges in the project. You might had some difficulties and challenges during your project. Explain the interviewer how you had overcome those challenges, and also explain about thought process of yourself to overcome those difficulties. The next one is number of people in your project. So even though individuality in the project is expected, an interviewer might also check the teamwork and your compatibility during the project with the team. So try to highlight the teamwork when explaining your project. The next one is amount of time it took for the project. So amount of time involved in the project will be expected from the interviewer side. So to know how you manage the time limit when given to you, so explain it in 2 to 3 lines about the time limit of your project. So the next one is improvements in the future of the present system. So try to show your improvement in the project. So you can also explain the future improvements for the present project. Also talk about the expectations of you towards the project in future. So this turn will showcase your confidence and positive towards to the work. And finally, the drawbacks. This has to be handled very carefully, as never explain too many drawbacks of your project, and use correct words to explain the drawbacks. Show your positive mental attitude when explaining the negatives of the project. So all they want is how much you are capable in handling negatives in the work. Now, we'll see some of the interview tips for especially experienced candidates. So there is a lot of difference between a fresher's experience in explaining a project in their graduation and an experienced person explaining the project. So both are equally important, but expectations differ for both. For example, from an experienced candidate, during the interview, project explanation will decide how capable he is for a job. So there are few things which has to be remembered while explaining about the project during the interview. So basically they are explain your overall project. That means this explanation totally differs from fresher's explanation about the project. So give a brief explanation about the project title and also its impact on your previous company. So talk briefly about importance in your previous organization. And the next one is talk about the technology, working, and tools used in your previous company. So try to explain about the overall technology used in your project and working of the project, and also explain about the importance of the project in your company. So this will help the interviewer gain confidence on your skill set. The next one is overall months or years you worked on the project. So tell about the time period you worked on the project, as it will talk about your commitment towards the project and also experience you gained through the project. And finally, we need to emphasize few points here. Some of the points we need to focus, and one is specify about the skills and features that needed to complete the project, and have a positive mindset, and discuss the goals of the project, and discuss how interesting the project was and what made you accept this project. And then mistake you should avoid is be little careful and do not get in detailed project information, never criticize your previous employers, and don't drag your answers. So a project is something which will showcase all aspects of your talent. So any company or any organization will expect only to see your performance in the project and not how good is the project. So right from the title you will be analyzed how creative you are, commitment towards the project, dedication towards the work, and many more. So be it a fresher or experienced, project experience will gain you more attention and uniqueness towards you. So try to remember the all these points and win the interview very easily. So that's all for this video, guys. So thanks for watching this.